Hello again and welcome to another episode of This Week at Above Digital. I'm your host Namita Ramani, founder and CEO of Above Digital, and today with me I have our account executive Namita Matthews. Namita and I share the same name, Namita, and it seems Namita is a very popular name in the South. I get this a lot, so looks like I have a popular name, which is good. We both have a popular name. Um, Today's topic on This Week at Above Digital is about creating effective ads. Now, to be a successful agency, or let me put it another way, to run successful campaigns, it's very important to have effective ads or the right ads. And copy, creative, call to actions, these are certain elements which are part of creating effective ad campaigns which generate results. And Namita's role in the agency is she liaises between the client and the team. So the copy team, the graphic team, and she ensures that the creative elements of the ad campaigns have the right tonality, have the right call to action, they are placed properly before they go for approval and before they are placed and activated as ad campaigns. So Namita, welcome to the show. Your first time.
Yeah.
Solo show
Thank
with
you.
me.
Yeah.
And Namita is the right person actually to share insights of what are the different elements she sees when the graphic team sends her the ad campaign. So Namita, over to you. When you're creating let's talk about Facebook and Instagram advertising because they are very creative based.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I think monthly we change
The creatives,
the
yes.
creators for all ad accounts because there's ad fatigue. So I'm just going to give a little
Yes.
a background of so when you run ad campaigns on Facebook and Instagram, you are supposed to have at least 6 ads in one ad set. Yeah, because Instagram is owned by Facebook. It's all one platform. You can run both Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp campaigns through from Facebook's platform. So I'm going to be referring Facebook as the main platform, even for Instagram ads. So when you're running ad campaigns on Instagram or Facebook, in an ad group, you have to have at least 6 ads. If you can, you should have, if not 6, then at least 3 ads. By the way, the light just switched off. So we are shooting this from our office. It's a very impromptu setup. This is right from our the headquarters of Above Digital. It's very raw, very native. It's we have to play with the sunlight. You can see a little bit of shadow behind Namita. And we're going to keep rolling because this is the 3rd time we are trying this and our light has given up on us. So going back to the topic of Facebook ads, and then I'm going to repeat, I'm sorry, the 3rd time. In the ad set, you're supposed to have up to 6 ads, 3 to 6 at least, if not less, if not more, but at least 3. So when the ads are running, there's something called ad fatigue, which means suppose your ads are not performing or giving you results or generating the leads or generating the basically inquiries that you're looking from the ad campaign. One of the reasons could be ad fatigue. And that's why we create monthly fresh ads for all our clients' accounts, depending on what the strategy is, how many ads are needed, what is the goal of the campaign and offer, and blah, blah, blah. So going back to our conversation about creating all these monthly creatives for our clients,
Yeah.
when you receive, when you give a brief to the copywriter, what are the different things that you look at for the ads, even for the landing page actually, we can kind of cover the landing page copy as well. And what do you look for in the graphics element? So when you're looking at a graphics, can you kind of share your thought process on both sides, copy and graphic?
Sure. So when it comes to creatives, there are different elements that I see on the creative. First is of course the color scheme, if it is resonating with the audience, because for example, if we are talking something related to health, automatically I registers health with colors like blue or green. If I use a color red, it's more like on a danger front. People are not going to resonate with it at all. So color combination is something that plays a very important role. The second is the way the CTAs are placed, the headlines are placed, the offer is placed. Everything needs to stand out. Not, for example, now the graphic team, they don't understand the importance of how a headline needs to be placed or how an offer needs to be placed. Like, they are not seeing it from a customer perspective. They are, designing a creative based on what brief has been given to them. But in the end, when you're seeing an ad from a fresh mind, you need to see the attention span of a person who is scrolling through Instagram is just 2 seconds. And in that 2 seconds, if the headline is not grabbing your attention, you have lost that customer. So it's the way your headline is placed, it's the way your offer is placed, and your CTA. Even the CTA that you're using, it needs to be relevant to what you're communicating. Like, if you use learn more, maybe the person is not interested to, click on it and don't want to read more about it. They want to have a quick action. So maybe a CTA with book now will be more relevant. So we always do A/B testing between different CTAs, different color combinations and different headlines, because there's no right and wrong, honestly, when it comes to creators. There's no right formula when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, because something that you don't expect at all is something that would actually click and give us the maximum ROI.
So I'm going to just reiterate a few points that Namita shared. So the graphics team is very creative. They look at a graphical look and feel point of view. They don't sometimes they would not actually be able to understand whether the user element or the user effectiveness of the all the creative will work or not. And that's where the placement comes into play, like Namita mentioned. The way the headline is placed, when we were discussing topics, what are we going to talk about on this show? You talked about a very important point, which is the movement of the eye. You can share that.
Yes.
So how the eye rolls.
How the eye rolls. Like, even when I see it for the first time, I see what's the first thing that is popping up. Is the price too loud? Is the offer too loud? Like, everything needs to have its own place. Nothing needs to stand out too much. Or maybe in some creatives, you do want few things to stand out. Like, if there's a pain point, something that you would like the customer to stop at, then yes, that is the one thing that needs to shout out. And then your price and your CTAs and everything can be a little on the subtle side.
Right. So again, there has to be a balance. So for example, for say one of our clients is Slim Spa, and we promote a service called we promote a lot of weight loss packages, fat freezing and all these different slimming packages. Now cellulite reduction. So cellulite reduction is a very general offer. Then we talk about the pain point, and that pain point has to be highlighted on a little different level.
So, like, for example, one of the creators, we tried a lot of creators for that particular package, but the one thing that really clicked with the audience is say goodbye to cellulite in 2 weeks. So that is something that people are resonating with, and that's the first thing that they see. And then there is a video that is being shown of the treatment, and then the price and what the package includes has been written as a part, but that is not the main highlight. The main highlight is say goodbye to cellulite in 2 weeks.
Right. And then what is your CTA in this? Learn more or book now?
Book now.
Book now.
Yeah.
So again, we also test learn more, book now. We see which kind of CTAs people resonate with more and click and go on the landing pages. So there's a lot of testing that you should be doing with your creatives or with your ad creatives with different kind of CTAs to see what is working with your audiences with different offers. Sometimes you also try get offer when the offer is very clear on the
if
graphic.
It is specifically offer related, then yes, if there's a discount that we're providing, like up to 25% off or up to 50% off, then get offer is something that actually goes well with the audience, because they're seeing the offer, they want to get the offer, and they take the action accordingly.
Right. Back in the days, there was this 80-20 rule on Facebook for images.
Yes.
So you could not have more than 20% of the creative size with words. It has to be more of image and no copy, like text.
20% text and 80% of the creative.
Yes. Like 80% of whatever other elements of the image. So although that rule has stopped now.
But Facebook has waived off that rule right now, but then still it's a very important element, I feel, even if it's been waived. But because it's one of the framework that would really do well when you're actually designing these creatives. You don't. Your main hero of your creative is always the image and the video that you use. So that is definitely the 80%. for example, now videos are something that is being grabbing attention overall across all the platforms. So if your video is attractive enough, then they can easily read the text and everything later, but your video and your image is your main hero. So yes, 80% of your attention should be given to the assets that you use for the ad.
So that's next point. You have to have or invest in having your image and video assets. In today's day, our clients give us monthly new assets. So they have a dedicated videographer which comes once a month, who does all the shoots and dumps all the raw files in a folder, and then my team, Namita's job is to make sure that she kind of scans everything, picks up the right images in it, images and videos, and combines them, creates a video out of it or a reel out of it, and then use that as an ad. So as a business, you have to create fresh assets, which is fresh images and fresh videos. Regularly do the shoots and create this content for your ads as well as your social content, and any other marketing communications would need these video and image assets. So very important.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Also, you said what are the things that I see in copies. So in copies also, we have always tried between different lengths of copies. We now long form copy is something that used to really work well 2 years back. But now people don't have the attention span to actually go through the whole long form copy. So medium to short form is something that we are A/B testing with, and sometimes we do try the long form copy depending on what the particular situation is. Like if you're trying to provide a solution to a problem, yes, you would like to write more about what are you trying to solve and how are you solving it. People would like to read that and then they would go to the landing page. So in those kind of situations, yes, you need to give a little brief of what you are providing. But mainly for food business, for fashion, for especially e-commerce and everything, short to medium form copy is something that really works well.
For e-commerce, I would say very short,
very
like
short,
a couple of sentences, like maybe one sentence
line
max.
Yes.
But generally, we've noticed nowadays that medium form copies are showing better results versus long form copies. We used to write a lot of long form copies back in the days, not anymore.
Yes.
Still, for a few services, it might work where if you're targeting a chronic illness or something like that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, short form copies are the winners because people don't have time to read. Another thing I would like to share is with our listeners is that on copy is a very important element of effective ad, by the way. And whenever we onboard copywriters, we make them go through rigorous training. I've actually invested in video trainings from one of the best copywriters in the world, and they have to go through the entire training. Even my team has to go through the whole training to make sure that we are all in the same page and same and aligned. And there are many elements for an effective copy. So effective ad has to have a great effective creative and an effective copy. And people take action. People read, by the way. Everybody reads. Who wants to actually invest in your product or service, they will read. Don't you read when you buy something online? You would read what is there, right? So making you invest in good copy. Hire the right copywriters to write copy for you, and try not to write, the grammar errors have to be taken care of. Secondly, the flow of the sentence. What are you starting with? Are you capturing the user's attention with the first sentence? So many things come into play when you're writing copy. There are trigger elements that we work on. For example, would you like to talk about the triggers, emotional triggers?
Now that also there are different sections in that as well, in terms of how you cover a copy. Like the first line itself, as Namita mentioned, if you're not grabbing the attention of the person that you're trying to talk to in the first line itself, then you've definitely lost it, because that person is not going to click on see more and read the rest of your copy. So your first for example, if you're trying to provide a solution to a problem, then you need to talk about, you need to address those problems, and then initially step on to what the solution is, what it provides, and then go to a CTA, and that's how the flow of the information should be. I feel
that's one element. Second element I would like to add is adding emotional triggers within the copy. So usually people take action on pain. When you kind of make them aware of the pain, and then give your product or service as a solution. That is supposed to be, so far has shown us, the most effective copy. Also again depends on what stage of awareness your audience is. There's a very amazing book on copywriting which I would recommend every copywriter to read. It's called Breakthrough Advertising. Highly recommend that book. I actually studied that book. I went through a whole course of that book. And whatever I learn from these insights from great copywriters, I come and share with my team, and then we implement them in our ad campaign. So there are different stages of a consumer when they are looking for a, so either they are product aware, problem aware, solution aware, totally unaware. So depending on where your customer avatar is or your audience is, you have to set the tone in the form of the copy. We actually have a dedicated copywriting course which we used to run back in the days. Namita loves workshops, and she insists that we should go back to our workshops and also have those, because they're very fulfilling running these digital marketing workshops. But being agency, we are very busy with executing client campaigns, and we are always running tight on time for doing other activities, but we would be launching a workshop soon. Anything else you would like to add for effective ads and copy? Did we miss anything?
No, I think we've covered pretty much everything. Just one more thing. Sometimes we are communicating something on a particular creative, but then your ad copy doesn't resonate with what you're talking about on the creative. So they both need to merge. When I see something on the journey of the whole ad experience is different for different people. Sometimes they read the caption first and then they see the ad. Sometimes they see the creative and then they see the copy. So they both need to, be in sync with each other.
They have to kind of gel with each other. So your creative tagline, headline, and your copy has to kind of match with each other.
That's one thing.
A lot of different things to pay attention to.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed the session today, the talk today. Would love to hear your thoughts on whichever channel you're listening to. Please leave us a comment or drop us an email on info@abovedigital.com. If you have any questions, if you're struggling with the copy, if you would like us to run through some copy elements that you're trying to do for your creatives, please feel free to share with us. We would love to support and share. Thank you again for listening. Until next time.